Yo, 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 welcome back to another episode of Freestyle Anime Podcast. I'm your host, Rico and CJ.
Yo,
Yes, sir. And today we're bringing you guys a special guest, a special content maker in the Dragon Ball Z realm. If you haven't seen the page, you must be sleeping because there's no way you haven't seen this nice content, this creative content. You can't be a DBZ fan without knowing her page, and that's Black Bulmaa. So today we got Black Bulmaa in the building officially. We are happy to have you here. How are you doing today, Black Bulmaa?
Hey everyone. Hey guys, I'm doing good. Glad to be here. I'm so excited to see what we talk about. So, yes, I'm excited.
Yes, 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 sir. And before we get in, Bulmaa, I just wanted to kind of start from the beginning so our fans could kind of get to know you a little bit more. What
Mhm.
got you into creating content for Dragon Ball Z?
I guess it's a little bit cliche to say, but I just, I love it. It's literally my favorite anime. I grew up watching it as a little girl. And just like the impact that it's had on anime period and just like
Mm-hmm.
me growing up. So, as an adult, like I have watched all of it and read the manga. So just seeing other creators talk about my favorite anime, I wanted to just dive deep and do the same thing. So I was just like, hey, let me just make a page and come up with a name. And that's how I got to where I am now to enjoy and talk about Dragon Ball with everybody. So, yep.
Nice, nice.
okay,
So,
okay. That's what's up.
was DBZ the first anime you started watching?
No, actually, my very first anime that I started watching was Naruto. Naruto was like everything for me. When I grew up, Naruto was actually my favorite anime. I would literally sit and watch it on websites, on YouTube, on
Facts.
demand. Like it was just like Naruto was like my entire being. So no, I would say
I, I
Naruto is
felt that.
like my entrance into the anime space, and Inuyasha as well. Naruto and Inuyasha.
Oh, and she know about Inuyasha. She,
Yeah.
she the goat. She know about all the OGs.
You
Because when it
can't.
came to Naruto, I was the same. I'm not gonna lie. Naruto changed my life because I remember back in the days when you had to go on YouTube to watch the Naruto episodes that you missed because they ain't always play the
Hmm.
right episodes on TV. But you know
Yep.
what Naruto did get me into? And I hate to say it, and a lot of people judge me for saying it, rock
What?
music. I ain't gonna lie. When you used to watch Naruto and they used to have the rock music in the background, you used to go ham. I ain't gonna lie. I used to go hard as hell. I still remember those songs too.
Well,
It's the funny part.
I would say the some of the Dragon Ball Z on YouTube had a lot of rock, had a lot of Linkin Park
Yeah,
behind a
Linkin
lot
Park
of
man,
the
exactly.
yeah. So that kept me
All
into
of
some
the
rock
like
music.
old AMVs, like
Yes, the AMVs.
it's funny how they call it like anime edits today, but back in the day we called it AMVs. All the majority of the AMVs for Dragon Ball was all like Linkin Park, like
Yep.
Exactly.
hard metal. They added all of that into AMV.
Dragon
I
Ball
used to watch that a lot back in the day, and it was like
Z.
crazy how on beat they got those. So
They had it on point. It was lit. I promise you.
yeah.
Very much so. Very much so. So how did you transition into not doing for Naruto but hopping into for like Dragon Ball then?
Dragon Ball Z.
So it was really, if you mean like, it was like a different phase of me from a kid to an adult. Like from a kid, I watched pretty
Mm,
much everything. Dragon Ball was not my favorite anime, obviously, like I said, when I was younger. So I
right.
was watching Dragon Ball, but I was watching Naruto and Yasha,
Mm-hmm.
Bleach, all other stuff. So all of that came on. So I would watch that in abundance. But as an adult, I would say Dragon Ball, just seeing like how amazing like the Dragon Ball Super manga was doing, and just watching the fight between Goku and Jiren and everything that happened with that, and just how amazing it was and how exciting it was. You just had to be in that moment. Is really
Right. I was definitely in that moment.
so
Yeah.
when you watch that, waiting for that episode with Goku and Jiren, is like, I don't know. The only thing I compare it to is like watching a Super Bowl or something, because it was just like, it was
Facts.
amazing. Like, shoot, they had in Mexico. They put it
Facts.
on the big screen, and they was all out there cheering. I wish I was out there
Yeah.
with them. It was like
Yeah.
seeing that moment, with how exciting it was. Like, just made me want to, just it just was my favorite. And of course, Goku was always my favorite character. He always will be. So yeah, like it was just everything about Dragon Ball just kind of transitioned. It wasn't like anything against Naruto. I still love Naruto to this day.
Right.
But it's just Dragon Ball has like a bigger space in like my heart, to be honest.
That's actually pretty interesting because I feel like that's a lot of people, but in reverse. Because I always loved Dragon Ball Z, and I always loved Dragon Ball Z. So of course, back in the day, it was my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yep.
then, as you like, people would be like, "Oh yeah, Dragon Ball Z." Back in the day, when they're younger, that's their favorite. And then as they get older, they got out of it, and they'd be like, "Oh, because Dragon Ball Z don't got a story. Da da da. It's only just fighting." And then they'd be like, "Oh yeah," and then that's when they get into like the other animes that actually have the profound stories, like Full Metal and all that other stuff. I personally didn't have a problem with Dragon Ball Z ever. I didn't care if it had a story or not. I liked the fighting. I liked the characters. I liked what the story was, which was fighting. But I feel like a lot of people grew up on Dragon Ball Z because of the fighting, because of the action, and as they got older, they did the opposite. They were just like, "Oh, I want to look for anime that has more storyline, story-driven content or whatnot." And now they turned their back on Dragon Ball Z. I feel like a lot of anime fans turned their back on Dragon Ball Z.
That right there. Like, you know what I mean?
They
People I see, especially on TikTok, oh, I love Dragon Ball, but it's just not as good as My Hero. Or I'm just like, y'all are Gen Zers or something like that. It's like when I hear
facts.
sentences like that, I'm just like, it's just like I don't really expect people to like be like as into Dragon Ball as I am. Like obviously, you see,
Right.
I'm into
Yeah.
Dragon Ball. I am just. But people just downplay its legacy because you see
Right.
some really flashing scenes that Deku does with this or with Bakugo does. You know what I mean? It's just like
Yeah.
I get the excitement because like the way technology and the way editing is now based compared to how it was in the early 90s or even the early 2000s, obviously it's a era difference. So it's like, yeah, like looks more exciting than how the old graphics was. So I think
Right.
it's just like to downplay it and to say, okay, well, Dragon Ball sucks, this anime's better than that. It's just I don't even like the comparison at all, but when it does happen,
Right.
it's a little bit cringy.
Yeah, I think for me, Dragon Ball Z, like if you're going in for what it's created and the storyline that it gives you, I think it's good. Like I like it. I still enjoy it. I still get hype off those fights. I still thrive on them. And a lot of seeing Goku going Ultra Instinct still hit like when he went Super Saiyan the first time.
Right.
And
Right.
if we're being honest, Dragon Ball Z's the pedigree. You all are my sons. Y'all follow.
I'm dead. I'm
So,
dead.
everybody
He
wants a
did
good
pay.
transformation.
It did pave the way
It
for a lot of
did.
anime. I ain't gonna
You
lie.
could call it
I ain't
nostalgia
gonna.
or whatever you want, but
Right.
it cooked, bro. And it's still out here cooking. It's still out here
Yeah.
dropping, a bunch of episodes like One Piece. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
It's longer. It's just put into different, I guess, series. You know what I'm saying? Different names, different
Right.
title. But if you put all those episodes together, I guarantee you, it probably passed 1,000. Like,
Right. Right. I'm
if you
pretty
start
sure.
all the way from when Goku was small with Krillin to all
Dragon
the way
Ball,
here
very
now.
very first Dragon Ball, all the way up to
Yeah,
Super. I'm pretty sure it hit
it's
1,000.
still feeding
I know.
out fans. And on top of that, to prove it that these people, sometimes I feel like it's more of a trend to downplay Dragon Ball Z or to just say it's just
Yeah.
fights, whatever. But you like what you like, so I'm not gonna hate on what some people like. If you want more depth, more whatever, that's cool. But it's just funny because Goku still was like the number one trending search on Google
Mhm.
throughout all last year.
Mhm.
Even though my dog Luffy topped him maybe once or twice, but
I mean,
Goku was
I
still number
I ain't
one.
scared to say it because, like she said, when people usually bring up the My Hero is better because the animation or Demon Slayer is better because the animation, all I hear is you a COVID baby. You didn't start watching anime until you were stuck in the house, and now you all on anime. Anime's your whole life. Nah, you didn't start watching anime back when I was watching anime. You didn't start.
Stop.
You didn't start when I started. I call them bandwagoners. They COVID babies to me. Those COVID anime babies.
I feel
That's when anime became mainstream.
they like it's the flashing lights and it's the flick of the sword and the details of when Tanjiro slices a Hasha or whatever. I don't know. It's like when he does this animation that they've poured millions of dollars in, it looks beautiful. But yeah,
Exactly.
like punch punch kick kick that Goku did with Frieza back in the early 2000s. You know what I mean? It's like this has surpassed that, but it's just like it's not about the animation. It's about the impact to me. It's just like nobody's gonna remember what Tanjiro did in the entertainment district, opposed to everyone remembering Goku versus Frieza. You know what I mean? Like
Mm,
it was a whole big thing. I mean, I don't want to go a deep dive, but even the whole thing with people comparing Gear 5 to Super Saiyan transformation, it's about the impact. Not saying that Gear 5 is surely not impactful in fiction, but to compare it to such an iconic moment in anime and in fiction, period, it's
Right.
toxic. You know what I mean? It's just like everybody has this agenda to prove that Dragon Ball isn't as great as it is, and you're just gonna look like a lame every time. You're like a bozo. You're gonna look weird, kind of. Oh, the Tanjiro got this new thing, or this, Asta got this new power. It's just like it's better than Goku. Like the whole Gojo versus Goku. It's just everyone proving that Goku's not as great as he is. It's like you're never gonna knock him off that pedestal. So it's just
Right.
yeah. So
like
when you're at the top, I feel like when you're at the top, there's always gonna be challengers, and I
That's
feel
true.
like it's the comparing is part to me of the anime community, but it could get toxic very real fast, depending if you're someone who wants to prove. Once you have the agenda of
Mhm.
wanting to prove that your show or your favorite character is this and this and that, instead of being um kind of looking at it at many different lenses and being what's the word, like objective. Like if you're not objective about everything and you have that one lens, then you're always going to be biased on
Right.
your favorite
Right.
character.
Right.
um for the Gear 5, to me, it did not surpass Ultra Instinct,
It
but
didn't
I
surpass
would
Super
say
Saiyan either.
it did not. But I'll say, because imagine if before Goku was turning Ultra Instinct, we got a whole advertisement, a whole commercial
For
of it.
right.
It downplayed the impact of the
that.
moment for us. When I read it in the manga, it hit harder than when I watch it in the anime. Because in the manga, we saw a
We
little
didn't
like
know
at
it's
the
coming.
end, and then we waited a whole nother week and it hit harder.
Right.
But
Mhm.
now it became more commercial. It became more like we're gonna pump this as much money. It became an album that you hyped up for a whole year, and then when you finally listen to the album, you're like, this is it. This is what I
Right.
got. You lost the waiting and being surprised. You lost that impact of it. I think it still would have hit. It would have hit harder if, like, for the anime watchers, didn't get to see it, didn't get spoiled, which is hard now with social media of everybody
Right.
talking about Gear 5 the year prior because of the manga. So I feel like that took a lot out of it, deflated a lot of the balloon air out of Gear 5 hitting different.
Very
But
true.
to compare it to Goku, I'll be honest, I probably played a part in there. I ain't gonna lie to you. I would.
Nah.
I would. But
Oh,
I'm
like
objective about it, though. I will let you know, like, they didn't let it hit as hard as it could. And even
nah,
like we were
bro.
comparing it to Naruto's transformation, and we're like, it didn't even beat out Baron mode as far as in numbers as well too. Because me and our friend Rod got in a big like debate about it, and when we
You
looked
were
up the
wrong.
numbers and we did the research, I'm like, all right, bro, you got me, All right, there's nothing I could do after that. Once you bring the facts to me, it got me. There's nothing I could do after
Right.
that.
But
But go ahead, CJ.
I went in there knowing that it wasn't going to do better than, because I was baffled to even see that people were saying it was going to be next Super Saiyan transformation. I was just like, bro, y'all bugging,
That
because
was the
Super Saiyan.
craziest shit I've ever seen in my life.
I was like, Super Saiyan paved the way, bro. That's like the
Yeah,
first transformation, that the big transformation that everybody was like, bro. I'm sorry, but until another anime have kids out here trying to do it on the side of the street, bro, everybody tried to go Super Saiyan one time. I don't care what nobody said. Somebody tried to go Super Saiyan one time when they was legit. They believed it in their soul. I was like, bro, I can go
I'll say
Super Saiyan. I
this:
just got to get more angry.
the best Gear 5 was supposed to do with it was take the baton and run with it to pass it to the next anime that does another good transformation. That was his
I
job. That was
guess I'll give it
objective.
to you.
Because that's what Barrymore did. It took its transformation. We got wild. And I don't even think we were comparing it back then when Barrymore
Nah, we
came
wasn't.
out. It was just too much of a hype build and too much of people who wanting Luffy to be the next Goku or the next face of anime drove it a little
That's
too much. You know what I'm
what
saying?
like the I feel like the epitome of the anime community is. It's all about everybody wants their anime to be on top.
Yeah,
Everybody
Yeah.
wants the anime to be the biggest thing, the highest numbers, the highest manga sales, the highest it's like to hear your manga say it broke Crunchyroll website.
the website.
It's like it's the you can gloat, but everybody wants their anime to break Crunchyroll. So it's like
Yeah.
everyone strive for, but you don't really live in the moment. You don't really. it's like back in the day when I used to watch anime, I wasn't really caring about if Dragon Ball was, doing the. I just
Number
Right.
one, you was just
remember how excited it was to see Goku do these certain things or Vegeta do this or seeing Cell and things like that. But now it's just like everyone wants their anime to be like popular and on top, and nothing's better than it. And it just creates a lot of toxicity within communities and other communities. That's why you'll get these clashing of debates and
yeah.
is 5 better than Super Saiyan, is Bavarian
Right.
better than Gareth. You know what I mean? It's just like they don't expect. Like I remember when the fight between One Punch Man and Garu, and instead of experiencing that, the first thing people did was compare a feat that Saitama had to saying is stronger
Goku.
than Goku. And I'm just,
Yep.
y'all
Straight
see
off the
how
boat.
amazing this beautiful art of Saitama going up against Garu. Like y'all just care about a feat. It's like
Right.
people immediately ran to Discord with this one panel. Like
Absolutely.
look, like he can beat Goku now.
You know who that was? Ty. I swear,
Yeah.
as soon as Ty read that, and he was like, "Oh, Saitama sneezed and blew up Jupiter." I swear, I got a DM from Ty talking about some Goku not doing this. I was like, bro.
Yeah. Can I
I'm
say
like,
this
bro.
though? A lot of the things that we do here on this platform is our podcast team is a lot of verses back and forth.
Yeah.
We do a lot of that. But we keep it in a way where it's not, it doesn't, we don't attack each other outside of just the research and the feats that we bring. Basically, that's how we do it here. But we do a lot of verses. I'm not gonna lie, we do a lot of that.
We do.
We just because I think for
healthy verses, there's nothing wrong with a healthy versus battle.
Yeah.
It's just like when you make the entire anime about comparing your favorite character to other one, you know what I mean? They do a lot of that in the comic book community, where it's just like you don't really hear much about the lore of a character. It's just about who can beat who type.
Right.
Well, at least in me, you know what I mean. So
can
that's
I
why
this
Goku
then?
and Superman so big.
Yeah. Can I ask you this then? As a woman, do you think that's more from the guys? Because us as guys, that's the thing that we tend to do a lot is to compare.
Absolutely. The men, y'all love that competition. I heard like you could. That's why you can tell the difference between my content. You can tell the difference between the content that I make and the content that other male Dragon Ball fans make. It's just like we're going to talk about like, okay, so who's better? Who did this better? Goku, Vegeta, or Saitama? Or it's just like I talk about the lore. That's what my content is mainly about: exploring lore, possibilities, different outcomes, talking about what's to come, what happened, things like that. Because it's just like so many times you can do Goku versus Superman or Goku.
Right.
This is so boring to me. It's just so cringe. Like I'm not going to keep talking. I don't even want to participate. It's the most boring conversation I've ever had. But y'all get excited about it. Y'all just like,
yeah, we do.
Battles. Like y'all, it's just I've seen somebody be on live on TikTok for like 3 hours debating still Goku versus Superman in 2023.
You know what it is? You know what it is for us? It's living in that fantasy of the possibility, the matchup you want to see, the like, okay, if this character was to get in this character's realm, like how would it come out? Now then, like, there's different people who automatically would just say, nah, I think this character because of this, because of I seen him do this. Or and then, then like our guy Ty will break it down way too deep when we start comparing how fast
that's the difference.
Speed.
I like arguing with Ty because we bring science and logic to the argument, and we will sit there and we will crunch the numbers, and we will
that's
crunch
too
the
much
numbers.
for me though.
we'll crunch the numbers.
Yeah.
It is too much, but it's fun for.
Listen, when y'all
it's fun for us. I ain't gonna lie.
Y'all bring in real world concepts like pi and MX plus B. I'll be like,
look! Don't do us like that. We really, because how me and Ty debate is in a very logical sense. So we make very logical distinctions of what we're seeing. So we have to break it down because it's just like whose research is better. That's basically what it really boils down to when it comes between me and him.
Ty is our paralegal, literally.
Yeah,
he is our anime lawyer.
Yeah.
He is a lot.
So getting back into DBZ.
Hold on, I got a
I
question real
wanted to ask
quick,
you
just
this.
real quick, cause
Do the Go ahead. Go ahead.
yeah, real quick, since she says she doesn't like the power scaling. So the debates you would rather have is like who is a better father to Gohan, Piccolo or Goku?
Even that,
That's the kind of debate.
even that, I hate having as a content
Really?
creator for almost 4 years now. I am so tired of talking about Piccolo's fatherhood, who he never had a say. I'm tired of talking about the sensu bean. I'm tired of talking about how many times Vegeta beat Goku. It's not like I'm tired of actually let me throw that. It's not that I'm tired of talking about. I'm tired of explaining logic. It's like
Oh, okay.
Mm.
people are so stuck in this TFS abridged like world where it's just like, yeah, Piccolo's the greatest father in the world, and Goku's just so horrible. He left his son with a green man. It's just I don't know if you're joking or you like. Do you want me to approach you in the jokey way, or do you approach you with logic and facts and what actually happened? Because
Right.
I've had many people debate me on Goku abandoning his son in the Saiyan saga. Like someone legit told
Did we do that video too?
legit said that Goku abandoned his son and let
I was like,
Piccolo raise him.
he died. He had a choice. He was dead.
I mean, like, y'all gotta be like joking here. Like, you tell me if you're trolling or not, because sometimes I can get a bit too passionate, and people like they just trolling. I just be like, all right, cool. Because it's just
Yeah.
thing
Because
you
there's
can't
no
really
like if you watch that's the I ain't gonna lie, that bugs me too. The assumption or the narrative building a little bit that people do, you know? Like for example, the whole Piccolo and Goku thing. Goku decided to sacrifice himself so they could kill Raditz.
Right.
And so now him and Piccolo fighting Raditz, that's a form of them building a little bit relationship right there. Like let's form a team and we kill him. I left my son in your possession. I already whooped you. So if I need to come back to life and get my son from you, that's easy. You know what I'm saying? It's not that he left his son.
I wouldn't say it
He
was easy,
trusted
but
Piccolo.
relax.
You don't think he could have beat Piccolo at the time, CJ? Is that what you're
Hey,
saying?
relax. I'm not saying he couldn't. I'm just like you said it's easy. Relax. Don't do my dog Piccolo like that. Relax. Pump your brakes.
At that
Pump your
time?
brakes. Pump your brakes. I'm
So
not gonna get into it with you, but pump your brakes.
for CJ's answer, can you elaborate a little bit more of your opinion on it? Of how you feel about Piccolo being the dad, or Goku's, as far as Goku being a good dad or bad dad?
You want my opinion on it?
Yeah.
Oh, I think that Goku is one of the greatest fathers in fiction. Literally. I believe Goku is one of the greatest fathers in fiction. I don't understand why he has this narrative of being a horrible father when he sacrificed himself twice. And even if you want to count the the Dragon Ball movies, he literally cheated death to help his son.
He did.
You know what I'm saying? Like he motivates him. He believes in him. Even if the people say, "Oh, you gave Cell a sensu bean," I'm like, this man already knew that Gohan could beat Cell, which was already proven in the saga. When he was beating him, Gohan just got a little bit too cocky and fumbled the bag. So it was like he was correct. Like Goku was correct. He was 100% correct in his logic about Gohan beating Cell, which he did. And people said that Goku put the world in danger, and he's just a horrible dad. He abandons his son. He only cares about training. And I'm like, every single time they need him, he's there. Like,
that is true. He is there.
Like, if you want to go into the lore of it all, it's like Goku doesn't understand real human context clues. Like, he grew up
That is true.
away from human. He doesn't understand the aspect of being a father. You know what I mean? Or being someone's parent. So everything that he's doing, I'm pretty sure is being coincided with Chi-Chi. But other than that, he is a protector as well.
Right.
Like he without even a thought, sacrificed himself for his son twice now. So it's just like, to say that he's a bad dad and he doesn't care about his kids and he's not there. Oh, he chose to be on King Kai's planet instead of being with Goten, who he didn't know about. He knew nothing about Goten. Nothing.
Right.
So to say that he abandoned Goten for all those years when he knew, he only found out about him in the Buu saga, it's like, I don't know. It's like the logic I'm not understanding where people say he's a bad dad when he's done so much to protect his children. Now fighting a multi-universal tournament just so everybody in the universe can live. Like, this man is literally sacrificing himself as a contender to fight
Yeah.
a multi-universal tournament so that everybody can survive, not just his family. So it's just like, to say that, to give Goku so many bad connotations, especially with fatherhood, when he's proven his fatherhood plenty of times, it just makes no sense to me.
I feel like
Hold on, CJ. Hold on, CJ. Let me see if I could do this. Oh,
I
she went
got you,
off.
bro. She did. But I feel like she's speaking straight facts. But I feel like Super kind of pushes this narrative that Goku's a bad dad more so than the original Dragon Ball Z. Because one part of Super that really bothers me is like in recent episodes where they tried to play off like Goku never kissed Chi-Chi or something, because he was like, what is a kiss? What is that? I was just like, this guy has 2 kids. You're not gonna sit here and tell me he don't know what kissing Chi-Chi is. I don't believe it. I don't buy it. I don't buy it at all. So like in Super, they kind of try to portray Goku in that light, but I feel like that's because Super, they're going based more so on what the fan base thinks of Goku, instead of going back and actually watching what happened in Dragon Ball Z to kind of base Goku off of. Because like she said, a lot of people are saying that Goku's a bad dad, that Goku's this kind of idiot that was raised in the woods and he doesn't know social cues and social ties. Like and then in Super they try to push that in a sense, because like I said, with that instance, I was blasphemy. I was just like, you're not gonna sit here and tell me the guy with 2 kids don't know what kissing is. He just skipped that step. Completely.
My only logic is it's either a writing error, or I don't know. I don't ever really it's the same way, if the same concept of when they had Goku in the superhero movie not understand what meditation was.
Right, that's weird.
It really was like it was like such a horrible writing error with that. Like, it's certain things I don't agree with when it comes to, like, I'm not like a completely unbiased fan. Like, having Goku like the person who meditates literally constantly, and I understand what Vegeta was doing meditation was an extreme writing error, and I'm glad they literally corrected that in the manga. So it's just like, it really doesn't make any sense, and the only thing I can really account it to is just Toriyama just being old and just not remembering certain things on his own. You know what I mean?
That is true. You do forget about a lot of people, like Launch. I'm still waiting for Launch to come back in the story.
That makes sense. That goes into my next question. Well, before I move on, I usually tell everybody with the Goku and being a good dad or not, I'll be like, what's his relationship with his sons? What do his sons say about him? How do his sons treat him?
I'm telling you.
His sons look at him like a god. Don't play that. Don't play that.
It's about like what happens in the anime and how we perceive it. I literally made a whole video talking about that. It's like how we look at it and what's actually happening in the anime are 2 different things. It's you never see Goten or Gohan ever say that their dad is horrible or a deadbeat or suck or that he's not. You will not find one dialogue of them saying anything bad about Goku. But us as fans, horrible. He's not fair. Horrible. Sucks. You know what I mean? They look up to Goku like a fucking like a god. Like, he's just like the savior of everyone. He does everything. You know what I mean? It's just like they respect him, but we just like, oh, he's horrible. He just doesn't do anything. He trains
crazy,
abandons his family and stuff. So
he only abandons them when he's dead, though. That's the thing that kills me. He's just like, he's supposed to just stop dying. Like, people just gonna stop killing him. Like, what do you want him to do?
Well, the only other thing you could say is when he went to go train Kid Buu at the end of Buu Saga. Like, he went to train the person.
Oh yeah,
yeah. That's it. He left to go train him.
Listen. Both sons could fly at supersonic speed, and his wife, I'm pretty sure, is friends with Bulma, who can make her a flying car. If you really want to go see the nigga, fly to him. he's right there. It's not like it's impossible to get to him. He's right there. You're acting like he went to the other world or something. No, he's on the planet.
Goku is just like training and fighting and finding new opponents or people who can challenge him is his biggest thing. It's how he's been since he was a child. Like, since we first met him, he was training with his grandpa, and then he was training with Roshi, and it's just like training and finding new opponents to train has always been ingrained inside him. So for him to have experienced the full power of Kid Buu, and then you get this reincarnation of him, you really think he's going to slip up on a chance to try to train with him? No, I
Right.
don't agree with him abandoning his family and friends to train as a random person, but Goku is not a human being. I always have to tell people that he's not a human being. He's not going to come
He's a
home
Saiyan.
with a briefcase and like, "Hey, honey, what's for dinner?" Like he likes to
Right.
go out and train and fight. And he's an alien. That's what he knows. That, you know what I mean? Even though he was raised on Earth, he doesn't have those social cues like Vegeta or Gohan or
Hmm.
Dusane. You know what I mean? Like Gohan and Goten and Vegeta, they have those social cues because they grew up around other people. The only people he had to teach him how to be anything was Yamcha, Tien, Bulma, and
And they were
even
all
then he was
fighting.
still even then he was
Right.
still kind of not understanding the whole concept of other things. But he's already lived like 12 years of his life after that. So it's just like you're
Right.
never going to understand the aspect of what you're really supposed to do as a human being. He's just an alien raised on. Look at what Piccolo does. Piccolo literally sits on top of a rock all day near water. He's not going out.
Hey,
I'm
relax.
not trying to say
Piccolo, Piccolo picks up Pam from time to time. You know, he picks up Pam.
no,
He got a little niece over there.
he's forced, even though he does like hanging out with Pan, but he's not doing human stuff. He's not working a job. He's not flying, not riding a car. He's not taking out
Right.
the trash. He's literally just an alien who actually technically Piccolo really isn't an alien because he was raised on Earth. So you know what I mean?
He was, but he's still an alien at the end of the day. He don't need to eat like that. That nigga need water and that's it. He like a
I,
plant.
I like the Piccolo. Not hate, but I like it. Keep going. Keep going.
I'm dead.
No,
Don't do
Let me
Piccolo
stop.
like that.
the only time I hate on Piccolo was the whole father aspect. When people try to say that Piccolo's done more for Gohan than Goku has, and it's just like Piccolo is a mentor and Goku is his father.
Hmm.
Like
Yeah.
sometimes the mentor can do as much as your father can, but they
And
don't make you the daddy. You know what I'm saying?
the funny thing is, I've seen this a couple years ago. I figured it. I found this out because someone put it on Reddit or somewhere. I've read it somewhere. But the reason why Piccolo is so close to Gohan is because they actually, if you really think about it, you really break down numbers. They're so close that in age, Piccolo's
Mm.
only a couple years older than Gohan.
Oh,
Oh yeah,
really?
I've seen
Yeah,
I did not know that.
no like
because remember Piccolo
thing.
was a reincarnation of the original Piccolo that Kid Gohan killed. So like he was hatched as at an egg and then he grew up super fast. Like in a span of like a couple months, he was like fully grown, and then he fought Goku again at the end of Dragon Ball, and then Dragon Ball Z started up, and he's only like a couple years older than Gohan. Like, no,
And
not that many years passed between the end of Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z. So he's not that older than Gohan. He sees Gohan more of a brother as a best friend than anything else.
Mm-hmm.
that makes sense in that perspective.
Yeah.
So what I was gonna ask you earlier was what do non-manga readers miss out that the manga does so much better than the anime that you could tell us?
Non-manga readers miss out on a lot of the explanation of things and
Mm-hmm.
a lot of spotlight on certain characters. Like I'll use Gohan for example. Like a lot of people think that the tournament, like what happened in Resurrection F was just like he was a failure. He didn't do anything after that, and in the Tournament of Power, he didn't get a lot of spotlight. But if you actually read the manga, then you'll see that he went up against Kefla. He really did an amazing job. And also in the Mo arc, obviously, if you don't read the Mo arc, you don't see how amazing Gohan was against OG 73 and how he literally like fucked him up. Like he did OG 73 crazy. But
Nobody know
Damn.
about that but me. I promise you, they don't know who OG
I did
73 is.
not know that.
yeah,
Y'all
Gohan
putting
goes
me on right now.
crazy against OG 73. Like and that's before the superhero movie. Like he got the
Hmm.
whole GT's outfit, the school outfit on, and he just goes crazy with him. And he teams up with Piccolo. So it's kind of a little bit like how he was in the Tournament of Power and how he was in the superhero movie. He teams up with Piccolo, and they just go crazy on OG 73. Another, and like I said, the only other thing that I feel like manga readers kind of miss out on, I mean, anime only watchers miss out on explanations. And the biggest thing that I have been having to clear up with so many people like is this whole aspect of Goku putting the universe in danger. I don't know why the whoever decided at Toei Studios or Animation to leave out the part where Goku um I guess people think that Goku started the Tournament of Power and
Mm-hmm.
that Goku going to the Xenos, he initiated the Tournament of Power and
Yeah.
it put the universes in danger, but they didn't show in the anime only version that the two Omni Kings, along with the Grand Priest, were going to erase those universes prior
Anyway.
to Goku actually going there. So
Hmm.
when Goku presses the button trolling Beerus, that conversation that they had about destroying the universes happened prior to him teleporting there, and they did not
Right.
show that in the anime. So
Oh.
They don't at all.
if you watch the anime, the only thing you'll see is Goku trolling Beerus, pressing a button, and then going to
Hmm.
the Omni King's palace, and then talking about the Tournament of Power. Like, okay, when are we going to start this up? Like, I'm ready to. So it gives the notion that Goku was the one who started the Tournament of Power. Who's like, yeah, let's get this on a roll. But obviously, the manga gave a little bit more detail, as it always does. With you'll see a small snippet of a conversation of the universes were going to be erased anyway. So you really can kind of give the notion that Goku actually gave them a fighting chance, which I actually made a whole
Right.
video on because it's really hard, because as an anime only, if you're not a content creator or you're not really into research and you just watch an anime, that's all you're going to see. But
Right.
I feel like the manga goes a little bit more into detail, especially with the super manga, because the super manga came out after the anime. So it was like a lot of things you'll see in the anime is different from in the manga. Like what they did with the Goku Black arc with that whole fucking face thing in the sky was horrible. Because in the manga, it was actually multiple Zamasus, or I think it was a few Zamasus. It was just like multiple, and that looked way better than those like sky,
Multiple
yeah,
clouds. It
like
was like
cloud
clouds.
faces. Like I don't know what the hell that was. I think they were just like figuring it out. But the manga, the
Right.
Goku Black arc, so much better. Like you get to see Goku doing the Hakai. I you know what I mean. And obviously they
Oh
couldn't
shit.
put that in the anime. I mean, I feel like I'm spoiling some. Well, not really, because if you
No,
ain't read
It's
it,
out.
it's
Like
out.
you just
it's
telling
Yeah.
out.
us. You just telling us
You added
what
more
we actually
details.
missed out
Yeah,
on.
what we
That's
missed
a
out
lot
on.
of. That's a lot of good stuff we
You
missed
want to
out
hear
on. That would
more
have
of
made
it.
it
Because
Literally,
better.
see Goku,
CJ brought out, he was like, "Yo, Goku got a Susanoo." I said, "Excuse me, he got a what?"
You got a Susanoo
yeah,
now.
see,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you're
I
missing
was
out on
like,
stuff.
so
Yeah.
that
This
what made
sounds
me
so much.
wanted to pick up the manga because I heard Super is not coming back out, being animated no more. So I was like, "Oh damn!" So that made me
Yeah. How do
pick
you? I got a question, Bulmaa. How do you feel about that? How do you feel about the Dragon Ball Dama coming out instead of them continuing Super as a
When it comes to Dragon Ball Daima, Daima is literally only coming out because it's next this year is the Dragon Ball is OG Dragon Balls. Well, Dragon Ball as a whole, because it started with OG Dragon Ball's 40th anniversary. You know what I mean? So
Mm-hmm.
to
mm,
celebrate the 40th year of Dragon Ball coming out, they decide to do Dragon Ball Daima. So I have no problem with it if it's just kind of like a celebration of the Dragon Ball 40th anniversary. So I'm intrigued about it to see more characters and more lore about Dragon Ball. I am, however, upset that they have not talked about any type of production of the Maul arc or anything like that.
nothing.
Nothing, but they said they have no intention on being animated no anymore. They say they have no intention. Nothing came out.
When did they say that? They came out and said that?
There was an article that you know the guy that's be always pasting those not anime news, but they start with a G, whatever his name is, and saying no studio have came out saying they picking up Super and continuing with it. That's what they said.
I feel like the only reason why they're not animating it is because if you look at the amount of arcs that they put in Dragon Ball Super, it doesn't really compare to how many arcs we have in the manga currently. Because in Super we had a Battle of Gods, Resurrection F, U6 versus U7.
But I feel like that doesn't count though. I feel like we've seen some of those in movies and everything already though.
But that's the movies though. Like those are even though those are the movies, they turn those into arcs. So you can count
Mm,
those as arcs. But if you turn the
Alright.
anime, if you do a Dragon Ball Super 2 we're literally only going to have 2 arcs. It's just the Moa arc and the Granola arc. That's really about it.
But those are the 2 hardest arcs.
Yeah,
We need those arcs. I'm gonna need those.
It is, but it's not enough for Toei to have a long-standing thing.
I guess.
You know what I mean? Like if you think about it, how long the the manga put the arcs and how short the anime had it, it's really doesn't really, the ratio won't work. You know what I mean? It won't be as
so
long as.
but okay, but hold on.
So you're
But I
saying they
thought
won't
that's
have
the
enough
reason why they
material?
added Dragon Ball Heroes though. Remember because they were saying about, hey, they caught up with Super ended. They were like, hey, we're gonna drop Heroes because they caught up to the manga at that time. And I thought that was Heroes was to give them the gap to create everything so they can get caught, so they don't get caught up with the manga, or then we just going to just only have Heroes only. Because to me personally, I don't like Heroes.
Are you talking about the
movie?
Dragon Ball Heroes or Dragon Ball
the Dragon Ball Heroes? Because after Super,
well, Heroes
There's
is
2 different ones.
Yes, so that's what I'm saying. If you're talking about Super Dragon Ball Heroes, that's a Toyotaro side piece.
Yeah, but my thing is when it came after Super finished though, it came right after that. It is a side piece. No, it is because he doesn't run it or anything like that. He doesn't do necessarily anything with it, to be honest. But I thought that was supposed to fill in the gap though of why, because they had caught up. Is not, or they just saying no, we're just done.
I don't think that the super anime is done. I just think we don't have enough material. I don't think we have enough material yet to animate the, like, it has to be it's a season. It's a whole season, and a season comes with multiple arcs, and we only have 2 arcs, like the Mole arc and the Granola arc. You know what I mean? We don't have enough material because if anything, we already have an animation of the Broly movie, and we already have an animation of the Dragon Ball Super superhero movie. Unless they pull what they did with Battle of Gods and Resurrection F and make, and I'm sure nobody wants to see an episode for episode of the Broly movie.
No, yeah, you're right.
Powerful, you know what I mean? So hopefully they don't pull what they did with BLG and Res F and turn Broly and superhero
into episodes,
because that would suck. So technically, like I said, we only have 2 arcs. So the only thing I can think is that Toei is looking at Dragon Ball Super manga and saying we don't have enough content in order to do a whole development series where people, it has to be finished. You know what I mean? So it's like, I think we just don't have enough material right now. And I think it's just convenient that the 40th anniversary of Dragon Ball has come up now, and they're, just Toriyama celebrating that with Dragon Ball Diama, and it's something that he loves. It's something he said he's directly working on, which is dope. He's not having other directors or any. Well, I'm pretty sure he has other directors, but he's hands on with it. So it's like it's something that I'm looking forward to, and I'm hoping that it's something that everybody will enjoy. Even though I know people hate the whole kid aspect, but
I enjoy it because I enjoy GT. Even though people didn't like GT, I love GT.
I love GT. I ain't gonna lie.
I love seeing Kid Goku. It was like kind of nostalgic, and now we get to see a Kid Vegeta. I'm kind of excited about that, and he get to keep his personality and everything. I'm excited.
The biggest plot point in Dharma for me is the power pole coming back, because I never understood why Goku dropped it in the first place. I would have been whacking niggas with that pole, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. I would have been whacking niggas with the pole. But as soon as I can't beat you with the hands, I'm getting a power pole. You about to get whacked. It's over.
So yeah, I like that perspective of that you bring into us, because I haven't really heard too much of that perspective of they need more material. So if they would bring it out, there's not like a closed door on it. It's just totally basically saying, let's take a pause on it. Let's do Daima, and then if you guys drop enough material, maybe a year or 2 from now, we could probably pick up that series to have more arcs.
We just started a whole new arc, last month. So this will be the 3rd arc in Super now. So
that's good. And that goes right into my next question, because I was going to ask you, can you give us a brief summary of updates that's going on in the manga right now? What's popping?
Yes.
What's going on?
Lord. This Dragon Ball Super manga chapter 101 brought a lot.
Spoiler.
Spoiler alert. Spoiler. If you're still listening, you want to be spoiled. So if Dragon Ball Super manga chapter 101 brought a lot of controversy and honestly answered a couple questions with Vegeta and Gohan and Beerus. So the number one being Vegeta, which I still debate people to this day, with Vegeta saying that he officially got a win against Goku. He always had a win against Goku. He said I finally beat Goku, and he said, you lost against me. Vegeta has never gloated about a win against Goku until the Dragon Ball Super superhero movie and until Dragon Ball Super manga chapter 101, which means that Vegeta has never had any wins against Goku prior to that sparring match that they had. So that's why I told y'all earlier, it's how the anime perceives it and how the fans perceive it. So anime, Vegeta is 1-0 against Goku because obviously Goku has never beaten Vegeta ever, but Vegeta has beaten Goku in one sparring match. So yes, he is 1-0, but Vegeta fans specifically are going to count the Saiyan saga and the Buu saga.
Yep.
Me.
I mean, I count
sorry.
those. I ain't gonna lie.
I'm sorry.
I'm not even a Vegeta's fan. I still count them. I'm just like, I'll give you that.
Majority of fans that say that,
Yeah.
that's why I said majority of Vegeta fans are the ones that are saying that Vegeta is 3-0. So yeah, that post right there was kind of. I specifically put first official win in color because I need people to understand what an official win is when you actually beat someone without any help, without just being like because obviously we know with the Saiyan saga it was initially the Z fighters versus Vegeta and Vegeta, and you know what I mean. It wasn't I came to beat Goku because I didn't even know who Goku was. You know what I mean? So an official win was Goku standing here, Vegeta standing here, and they fight. There's no help. There's no nothing. The only perimeters that were not that they couldn't use. Obviously, they couldn't use their key blast transformation things of that nature. So it wasn't like a real battle where they can go all out. But nonetheless, it was still a win for Vegeta. So that's why it's kind of like that's why I said it's an official win. And then obviously you see Vegeta gloating about it, which I thought was super cool because he deserves it. Vegeta,
he does, bro.
W's that we can kind of celebrate because he's always getting the short end of the stick sometimes. So I was actually kind of excited seeing Vegeta gloat about his win, especially against his mortal rival. You know what I mean? So it's like to see him like so excited. I just love it. I don't know. I was so excited reading that panel. It just made me feel so happy inside seeing how
I was excited. I was excited when I got spoiled, and I was happy about the spoil because I was going through your page and I saw what Vegeta's my favorite character. If you don't know this, he's my favorite character in Dragon Ball Z. So once I saw that, I'm ecstatic. I'm on one right now. Just seeing, look at that shirt, bro.
Yeah, he's just okay, Goku's saying it's like the highlight of your life, huh? Like he's just like so like you're just so excited, huh? This is like everything to you. I was like, you know how Vegeta is. It's like I'm going to beat you, Kakarot. Like So I was like, this was so. I'm actually happy as a Goku fan myself. I'm happy that Vegeta got this because Vegeta just wants to. He needs this a little bit. So
he really do.
I think that as a Dragon Ball Z fan, I think that's one of those things that we wanted to see. We wanted for Vegeta to get his due at least once, bro.
Right.
We wanted to see that. That's one of the things that I know up here we talked a lot about, other than the bring Dragon Ball Super Saiyan 4 back. This is one thing that I really wanted to see was Vegeta get his.
Please bring Super Saiyan 4 back. It was the coldest transformation.
Yeah. So other than that, like this was definitely something that 101 chapter 101 brought. The only other thing was Gohan's beast form, which of course is causing so much controversy in the Dragon Ball community, which obviously whether he
I agree.
How strong he is. Like, is he?
They say he on the par with his father and Vegeta. They say the same thing as the Orange Piccolo.
I disagree, bud. I get it though. I disagree.
They're saying that he might be stronger than Goku and Vegeta.
Stronger,
according to Bulmaa.
According to Bulmaa, yeah. According to you, Bulmaa. According to you.
I was like, Bulma's a power scaler? I was like, what we a power scaler?
I was like, Bulma is never around to see how powerful I didn't even know she can sense power like that.
Well,
I think she has to. First of all, we got to keep in mind, Baby was Bulma was controlled by Baby at one point in time, and for her to create that ray to make Vegeta turn Super Saiyan 4.
That was GT. That's not canon no more.
No. Time out. I gotta send you. I gotta send it to you. It has officially been part of the canon story now. GT.
It has.
Yes, it is.
GT
GT?
Yeah, GT is part
it's
of
on
the
her
canon
page as
story.
well. I will pull up that. I will
Yeah,
pull up
pull it
that
up.
post right now.
Yeah.
Full Pencil. I gotta see that because that means Super Saiyan 4 is a part of the story. Then I'm happy. A
So
win
the
is a win.
thing with
Let me.
GT, I literally just made a post about that being canon.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's officially so, and I like it. I have a feeling we're gonna get a new transformation or some type of new doing Dama. We're gonna get something. I
We
have a feeling.
probably will. We probably
Yeah.
will. They tried to give that to Gohan. I was like, I don't think Gohan should get Super Saiyan 4. They said his beast form should have been Super Saiyan 4. I was just like, nah.
Yeah, that could have worked.
So this
That could have
right
worked.
here, when I tell you I did research on this like I was back in college. Like I felt like I was back because the debate with Dragon Ball GT being canon is like one of the most sensitive debates in the Dragon Ball community for decades. You know what I mean? So I wrote an entire article on my website breaking down like Toriyama's involvement in GT as well as like what people think and things like because I feel like people don't have the entire aspect of
Yeah.
GT's place in canon. So the thing with Dragon Ball GT is it is canon, but it is not canon to the main timeline. You don't ever you won't find and if anybody can do better research than I can, go ahead. But you will never see one thing about people about Akira Toriyama saying that he disliked GT or because I grew up people telling me well not grew up but like as a fan a lot of people were telling me before I was a content creator oh Toriyama hated GT he didn't want anything to do with it he didn't you know what I mean and in my mind I'm like okay it's not canon until someone told me like in a group chat that I'm in, he was like Dragon Ball GT actually is canon. He did concepts, he did character concepts, he did a drawing for Super Saiyan 4, and he called it a grand side story. That is literally like the epitome of he's acknowledging it, even though he didn't have a direct involvement on it. You know what I mean? He still
And
acknowledges it as a
just
side.
No, people actually don't know this, but he actually did have a direct involvement at the last arc with Shinron. Shinron, he came back and he had actual involvement in Shinron
Yeah.
with the Shinron saga,
And also
the Omega Shinron saga.
And also, just to add on, I want to say I can't remember what research was, and I remember we were looking up. Yeah, I remember one point in time back in the time, especially when GT was coming out, they had all of that Super Saiyan 5 coming out and everything. Supposedly, he got concept from that because he was like, that's how the concept of the fur come around because people was online drawing all of that. So he was like, that's how I came up with the concept. So I can agree with you. He did have involvement with GT. I can see that.
Yeah, and I can also agree with you. I got told those same lies you were just saying, where like, oh, the creator. For the longest, that stopped me from even picking up GT because all my friends were like, yo, don't touch it, bro. It's bad. This like the creator didn't do this and da 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 da. And I was like, damn, this is all right. But then I picked it up and I enjoyed it. And that's why I wanted to get into this because I heard you guys mention a little bit about Beast Gohan. In the scaling of it, you had a post on here, and I wanted to see the guy's opinion on this post as well. And I thought that's just us being us. We gonna have to get you part of a little debate culture.
This one gets me every time. This is actually an old post of mine. This one gets me cussed out every time, and this is the power scale me coming out. I think it's because I mean, obviously, I tell people I use the wrong cell. Obviously, that's a cell from some other concept, but I couldn't find a perfect at that time when I was editing. I couldn't find a perfected cell match, so I just kind of used this like colored cell. But the concept was that if cell max was completed or perfected, however you want to say it, he could technically beat all of these characters. It was said that cell max would have been stronger than not on par, but stronger than a fully powered Broly, and that came from the creator's mouth. So that's the reason why I put one Piccolo in there. Obviously, we know Broly is stronger than all of these characters. I know people debate me on Jiren, but I do believe a fully powered Broly could beat Jiren. But obviously that's a debate.
I agree. I'm on your side.
Okay, because every time I say that, the jeering glazers come out and just like, no, I'm like, okay.
It's the only fact that here's the reason. The reason they believe that is because Jiren is stronger than his own God of Destruction. But we all see all the God of Destruction are not the same strength. Some are stronger than others.
That is true.
CJ, how'd you feel about that? She just said a full-powered Broly could beat Jiren.
A full-powered Broly?
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying it's a complete one shot. I'm not saying it's a complete one shot.
I believe so.
But
I believe the one shot.
That Broly continually, gradually, as he continues to gain more power. Yes,
Which Broly are we talking about? Because if we want to go based on lore, the original Broly
Super
had
Broly.
limitless power.
No, Super Broly, obviously.
Super Broly,
Super Bro.
Super Broly over Jiren. Okay, I feel like Super Broly has more power than Jiren, but like Vegeta said, he even came out. He was like,
Yo,
Jiren
everybody
just
froze on
uses
my
his power
end.
better than most
But
people.
he's a horrible strategist. That's what I'm saying. Like Jiren is a horrible. Like people paint Jiren to be
He,
this great strategist when he
yeah.
lost. He literally in a manga. You will see him literally knocking out his teammates because he wants to solo it all by himself. Like he doesn't. That's what I say. You have that. That's why I guess the other.
So you're saying he doesn't use his pieces the best
Yeah, he
around
doesn't. He's
him.
not a good.
Yeah, but Goku do the same thing.
Goku is a good tactician. Goku is a
No, Goku's a good tactician, but if Goku wants to fight you 1v1, it is nothing you can do to get him to let you jump this guy. I don't care if the world's in danger. Goku's like,
yeah.
no.
Didn't
I'm
he
gonna fight
trick?
you 1v1.
Didn't he trick Vegeta to get his 1-on-1 first against somebody?
Yep.
Who was it? It was
tricked,
Broly. I think he tricked Vegeta so he could get his one first with Broly. Was it?
I thought it was Frieza.
In the new movie, I think he did something like that, and
Are
then
you talking about?
he tagged.
I don't know. About.
Because then he when Frieza first came down to Resurrection F, he was like
Oh,
they had a debate of who's going to fight him first.
yeah, that was in Resurrection F where Goku fought.
Oh yeah,
Frieza
I think
first.
so.
Yeah, Goku fought Frieza first, and then Vegeta, did his.
But
they had to take turns.
That's the
I'm
problem
trying to
now.
remember in the new Broly movie, like when Broly first came off the ship and they could sense his power, they both were itching to fight, and I think
No, Broly went straight for Vegeta. There was no picking there. Broly was straight shooter. He said, "Fuck you, Kakarot."
Oh yeah, you're probably
He shit went.
Which is weird because the original Broly, he hated Kakarot.
That's a little bit better because Goku and Broly don't really have any connection. I think it was actually a huge writing mistake to make Goku the force center of OG Broly because of.
I thought they did have a connection because wasn't the whole point of Broly hating Kakarot because they was
Kakarot was crying a lot.
while there was babies. Yeah. Kakarot was crying all the time, and they was right next to each other.
It was a better. It would have been a better plot piece to do more of the lore of Paragus' issues with King Vegeta than some crying ass.
True.
I feel
I see
like
what you're saying there.
Yeah, that's
though
true.
he did have a connection with Goku, it was because of some crying. Like I feel like that whole. I'm glad that Super put emphasis more on the issues with King Vegeta and Paragus opposed to Broly's like one little anger about some crying bullshit. Like I think that was kind of weird. So I didn't really like that so much. I think that was kind of
like there's more beef. The parental beef did bring
better
on more
beef than you was crying when we was little. I want to pack you up now. Like that's weird.
You ever heard a baby cry? That's crazy. I'll be like, bro.
Yes, he has, bro. What you talking about?
I'll be like,
CJ, I brought up this post here that she had here, and Bulmaa said she got a lot of hate on this post because she believes that an absolute Cell Maximus. Well, it's because they said you used the wrong picture.
Cell Max.
Some of them was because like I used the wrong cell, but obviously if you use the glasses or the eyes that you were born with, you will see.
How's that the wrong cell?
I said
it said the perfect. If he was perfect, they awakened
the color. People were, I don't know if y'all. I know you
really. That's what they bothered by.
Dragon Ball fans, you gotta be specific. And correct,
I'm dead.
And to the point. And if they're not,
we got a lot of hate one time because we say Hunter X Hunter down here in Florida, and it's Hunter. So
it's Hunter.
I'm sorry. We
yeah, they packed us up for that one. They're like, "Yeah, you're not supposed to say the X."
My
thing is, if you don't say the X in Hunter, so high school DD, that's how it's supposed to be? High school DD? No, that sounds stupid.
No, high school DX.
I think it just sounds good with different. Like, I don't say Spy X Family. I say Spy Family. Or I'll say Hunter. But I don't mind people saying
I'll say Spy X Family sometimes.
I say Spy X Family. Or
I'll say Spy Family. Either way.
But no, with Cell Max. They did awaken Cell Max like extremely, not extremely early, but early. So he did come out semi-perfect. If he would have came out perfect, that'd have been a problem. Especially because they saying Beast Gohan and Orange Piccolo is on par with or they're
Yeah.
saying they're stronger now, but they're on par or not, if not stronger than God, Vegeta, and Goku. That Perfect Cell would have been a problem, and he probably would have been intellectual because Perfect Cell was a smart ass.
He'd have been hard
He
to
was
kill.
so intellectual. He would have been the hardest thing to kill. His first of all, I think Cell Max should have been harder to kill because he still had Piccolo's regeneration. So I don't understand how they killed him so easily. I was just like,
I think he would have gave if
I
he
guess.
came out perfect. I think he would give Piccolo and Gohan that work, forcing. And I think
He
it would have
gave
been
Piccolo and
awesome.
Gohan to work when he was there.
If perfect,
Exactly.
They had the job.
if Perfected Cell Max came out, it would have been done.
It would have been an issue.
All that stuff they did with Gamma 2,
it'd have been a phone call.
Yeah, it would have been way more, because the purpose of the superhero movie was supposed to be slice of life. It wasn't supposed to be as intense as maybe a Frieza, like a Cell Saga. It's supposed to be like a play on like just slice of life with a little bit of battle. So they weren't gonna go that deep. If Cell Max would have got perfected, or I want to say completed, I don't think perfected. If he was complete, like the full completion of him, yeah, that slice of life aspect would have turned into a dark. It would have been real dark.
You know, do you think that a completed Cell would have had the memories of the original Cell, or was it? Do you think it's just a completely new Cell?
I think it would have just. I don't think they really. I think they just had Cell's like schematics, like his build. I don't think they
His
did, like
body.
his body. Like they didn't have like his memory chip or
Mental
anything.
suit.
Like that. I think he would have been clear.
I would have loved some Gohan and Cell banter, like
Plus they
some back and forth about like how he lost to him.
Yeah, they didn't have like you can tell. Like I feel like Cell's entire personality was based on all of the data and information that Dr. Gero put inside, like with the sentience and everything. So I feel like because he didn't have all of the DNA of all of those people that was obviously in
put together,
put inside him, that's the reason why Cell Max would have been a different person.
Now let me ask you this: who is your top 5 DBZ characters?
Oh, Goku, of course, number 1. Vegeta, Gohan, Yamcha.
Huh?
Every time I talk people that, that's the reaction I always get.
His face, his fucking face.
Yamcha and then Bulma.
Cause I didn't hear Piccolo. You gonna put Yamcha over Piccolo? I'm joking.
Yes, Yamcha over Piccolo. That's what she just did.
Yeah, I love Piccolo. I really do, but he's just not my top 5.
All right. And I was going to ask you who was your favorite. I was going to ask you who was your favorite DBZ character, but it's safe to assume it's Goku.
Yes,
it's Goku.
Okay. I have him tattooed.
Now you got the Goku tatty too.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's what's up. That's what's up.
Who is your favorite villain?
Oh, Cell. Cell is just. I love Cell. I rewatched the Cell saga. So
I can respect it.
That's why when they was talking about Cell coming back in a superhero movie,
you was hyped.
Like I was mad that it wasn't the Cell that obviously we knew, but just to see him again, like it was kind of cool. But I love the Cell saga so much, like the build up and everything. Like it's just seeing the Z. When I see the Z fighters like flying, it's like one of the coolest shit. I don't know. You've seen that in anime where you'll see like the team come through, but when you see the whole squad just come from and they flying in, it's just shit about to get real. Like so, the Cell saga for me was just.
I mean, somewhere in between, they got Hollywood and they started teleporting everywhere. Goku was too good to fly. He was just like, I'm over there. I'm like, come on, you can fly with everybody else. Not everybody can do that.
He said,
now let me ask you this: couldn't you guess CJ's favorite villain? If you had to take one, now hearing the way he's been speaking and seeing getting to know him a little bit on this episode, could you guess his favorite villain?
Frieza.
Yeah.
I literally heard you earlier talking about whole monkey joke.
You gotta get the monkey. Did you get the monkey on the punch pad?
I did not get the monkey on the punch pad, sir. Hot anime waifu in DBZ.
For me, I love Bulma.
Bulma be cheating. She be cheating.
Listen, if you get
She makes the wish on the Dragon Balls every so often. So she could be younger. That's cheating. That's cheating. What happened to Chi-Chi? Chi-Chi all natural.
she
You can't hate on
a
Chi-Chi.
boring housewife that's sitting home waiting for a man.
Damn.
She get paid though. Whoa, hold on. No, what?
Ding, ding, ding.
Let's not forget who trained Goten first.
God, her only feet. Wow.
Hey, Bulma got money now. I'm going with Bulma. Vegeta smart.
Bulma
Bulma
always
got
had money.
resources.
Bulma always had money.
Listen,
I'm
it's
just
not even just the money. It's just like Bulma's so much more into, like, she's just so more hands on. Like Chi-Chi's just like,
I mean, but Chi-Chi's the Ox King's daughter, bro. Let's not forget, she's royalty, literally.
And where does that brought her? She's living in a wild, waiting for a man, bored, no life.
All right, I give you that. I give you that.
She ain't got nothing. She's boring. Bye.
She got kids.
And you know what's funny?
That's all she needs.
Earlier, she said one thing I hear her say about Goku. She said he is a protector. I didn't hear the provider part or nothing.
Oh, with Goku? No, Goku's not a provider. No.
He a farmer now.
I mean, he
farms.
Like enjoyment. It's not like because they need to do it.
I guess.
No, he likes farming.
Yeah.
But nobody over 18.
Goku loves farming. I'm lying. That was a lie. Goku.
Yeah, he does love farming.
He does it for enjoyment.
Remember when he got knocked out? He had to go back for the tractor. Oh my god, I forgot my tractor.
I'm lying. Goku is a provider because when Chi-Chi be telling him to go hunt for the food, he definitely go do it. So he is a provider.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
He go fishing with his bare hands.
So I was gonna ask you what's your favorite DBZ arc, but I'm sure it's the Cell arc.
Cell
Oh
Saga.
yeah. Out of all the arcs,
Yeah.
if you want to differentiate for Z, is for OG Dragon Ball, obviously it's the last tournament. I love Goku versus Piccolo. For Z, the Cell Saga, and for Super, the Mo arc.
Got it.
More, I can't wait till that's anime. I need it.
I need to read up on some of DBZ manga.
My favorite arc, though, I'm sorry, my favorite arc has to be this Frieza arc, and it's not because of Frieza. I promise you.
It is because
it's the fact. No, it's not. It's because back then I liked the fact that they had multiple villains, so they could have multiple fights. They kind of got away from that in later arcs, where it was just one big villain, and if you wasn't that guy, if you wasn't a Saiyan, do not go and try to fight this nigga. That's basically what it was. But in the beginning, back when we was on Namek, Krillin had a fight with what was his name? I can't remember his name. Deborah, I think it was. Not Deborah. Deborah was the demon.
You said
Vader or something like that. The pink guy with the spikes on his head. You know what I'm talking about.
Oh, you're talking about damn. I'm not good with names either.
Yeah, you feel me? All I remember is Zarbon.
Yeah. Damn.
You know, they had Zarbon to fight. They had the Kui, whatever his name, Kui, I think he had to fight. There was so many other people. They had the Ginyu Force to fight too. There was so many other villains we saw there, so they could have multiple people fighting and doing something. Whereas later arcs, I felt like it was just like we got the androids, which was if you ain't top of the verse, you not fighting the androids. They wash you, and then they had Cell come through, and then after Cell came through, it was just like if you ain't saying, do not go down there. Do not go down there. He's about to embarrass you. And then Boo came along, and he was just like, really, everybody else move. This is Saiyan only art. If you're not a Saiyan, you're not doing anything this art. Which I still love Boo. Don't get me wrong. Boo came through. He was a destroyer.
He was a menace.
I like the destroyer. Yeah, he was a Black Air Force energy from day one.
Oh,
and he liked candy. I loved candy as a kid. I was like, dang, bro, I wish I had his powers. Everything, bro. So I just felt like then I liked when they came back, and then they brought it back in the Tournament of Power, where multiple fights, multiple people, you can see multiple abilities. You know what I'm saying? It was multiple things going on. So that's why I will always love the Frieza arc, the Namek arc, because it's just, you know what I'm saying? You saw multiple people. You saw Nail fight, Frieza got washed, packed up. You saw Vegeta fight Frieza, got packed up. You know what I'm saying? Packed up twice. Barry,
bro,
packed
watch
up
your
again.
mouth. Watch your mouth. Watch your mouth when it comes to Vegeta, okay?
Vegeta was
let me
crying.
stop.
You know,
Here we go.
he was.
Can we get over that? You don't have to bring that up.
I never seen Goku cry. That's all I'm saying.
I
Oh
have
God.
in my dreams. But anyways, Bulmaa, we really appreciate you coming on and coming on this podcast. Thank you for being one of those persons that we could genuinely just connect with, and it worked out. You came on here. We definitely would love to have you on our podcast again, or if we ever stop somewhere in Pennsylvania and do a little game show. Where can they find you for our fans that are listening?
So I'm literally on all social media platforms, Blvck Bulmaa, no underscores or anything. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, TikTok. So pretty much just look up my name on Google, to be honest, and you'll see. Fun fact, I literally went on Google to look my name up, and somebody was Googling what my net worth was. So I was just like,
What?
I don't know. If you look up Blvck Bulmaa, like the search thing recommends, like, oh, what is? I'm like, yo, people are really like.
Maybe they're trying to see if they could get into content creation and be like, be straight.
That's
Like,
the thing about
maybe.
me is like, if anybody ever has a question about content creating and how I, did what I did, or I'm always available to speak about that because I want to see as many people that look like me, of course, thrive in the content creator spaces. So I'm always open to questions and supporting and just talking. So, but yes, I'm on all social media. I also have a website which is literally blackbulmaa.com. So if you put just blackbulmaa.com, you will go immediately to my website. So yep, I'm pretty much, I'm all around. I'm everywhere. So yep. And it was also a pleasure talking with you guys. I love talking Dragon Ball with anyone, anywhere, anytime. So it was definitely a pleasure.
Okay.
Oh yeah, we gotta do part two of this. We gotta do another part two because this was great. Especially
you gotta get Nixon on one of these.
You would love our friend Nixon. We've done so many Dragon Ball Z episodes with him. All he watches is Dragon Ball Z and Naruto, and that's it. He doesn't step out of those two, and that's it.
And he also feel like healthy debates. Like if somebody wants to debate me, like how many times Vegeta, I don't have no problem. It's just like, as long as they don't get crazy. But I like a little challenge. I'm not like
yeah. Our boy Nixon, you would love Nixon. Nixon's funny. He just makes us laugh we're nonstop laughing
every time.
Okay. Nonstop laughing.
Hilarious.
Yeah, we have to do an episode with you two on.
Part two coming soon.
Yes.
Next time on Dragon Ball Z. I had to throw that in there. Like that. That's a punch pad you should have had on there. That's one of the buttons you should have had. Next time on Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah. All right. Catch us on the next one.